Hi, I'm Lucy Griffiths and I'm going to share with you 5 principles to be happy. Hi, I'm Lucy Griffiths. So we are talking life hacks and 5 principles for happiness. So number 1 on the list, you define success. So everybody has different versions of success, and in the online world we are bombarded with people who say they made 5 figures in 5 days or 7 figures in 7 months or whatever it may be, and they're bombarding us on a constant basis, and that can be really disruptive, particularly when these people aren't necessarily the people who are really making the money, because very often people who are making money are doing it quietly and just getting on and achieving success. But the key thing is that you define success. So success to me is having a thriving business, or 2 in my case, but also being at home and being able to play Brio with my son and his train set, or just be around for him. And I didn't want to be the parent who was always getting on a plane or traveling or going to the thing and having the constant juggle. My idea of success is that I still make money, I still have a great life, but I do it on my terms and I'm around for my son and my family. Because actually on days where it's stressful and I have to do things and I have to go places and do training, it puts a lot more stress on the family and my relationship. So it's much better when I'm just around and I'm still making money. That to me is my version of success. So you have to work out yours and really get clear about how you do that. So things like for me that have enabled me to have an extra income stream, so I don't need to worry and I don't need to be going off to conferences or getting on a plane, is creating online courses. So that has enabled me to build an online base for my people who buy my products and services. So work out what matters to you and you create your version of success. The next tip is to love what you do. So when I was working as an international journalist, I had this amazing life. I was always getting on a plane, traveling to meet, presidents from around the world. I was filming them, I would interview them, I would be going to the most amazing places, whether it's the Olympics, whether it was big events, I was going to see incredible sights. Plus, I was also going to some pretty horrific places like war zones and conflicts and floods and famines and also tsunamis, which was just horrible. So actually, that was perceived to be a very, successful life. But you know what? I got tired of it. I got tired of constantly traveling and constantly being in dangerous places or being held hostage by Russian rebels or crazy things like that. And I wanted a bit more normality. I wanted to do something that was very steady and very capable, that I could do, but do it on my terms without having to travel and still be around for my son. And so I created an online business. So you have to work out what you love and do something that you love. So whatever that may be, do something that you absolutely love. And if you feel like I'm fed up, I'm bored, or it wasn't what I initially planned, how can you change it? How can you make it different? Sometimes it can be as much as rethinking it and reimagining it how you used to enjoy it before. Or maybe you want to switch careers. And if you want to switch careers, then it's about working out what you want to do, figuring that out, getting clarity on that. And then from that, then taking the next step. What can you do next? How can you get to that goal? It might be that you need to work really hard or do a contract or something in order to give you that financial freedom. It might be that you could do an online course or do an extra course on the side to reskill and learn new techniques and new things. It might be that you enjoy what you do, but you want to do it on your terms. So maybe you could create an online course. There are lots of ways that you can start putting that passion back in and loving what you do. The next one is slightly woo-woo, and that's meditate every morning. So for me, I have an app and I did an online course and I learned how to meditate effectively. And basically I will meditate for 10 to 15 minutes every morning. And it really helps me kind of set myself up for the day. It keeps me focused, it keeps me calm, and I'm much less grumpy. If I don't meditate, I'm grumpy, I'm miserable, and I'm not managing everything effectively. And that rubs off on like my family and my son, and I don't want that. So I want to be as happy and calm and focused as possible. So it really helps me. And the great thing is it makes me more creative and it makes me much more capable. Mapping out your day will really help you to plan and know what you're doing. So I try to map out my week. I do it on a Friday afternoon and I map out the following week. So I know exactly what I'm doing. I know what's going on. And if it's like child's birthday party on the weekend, I know that I need to buy paper. And if I'm filming something or traveling with somewhere, then I know that I need to be really organized and I'm scheduling time to plan all of that so that when it comes to the actual day, it's not a mad panic. So schedule your time, think in advance about things so that you're organized and more effective. Because when you do that, the results are much better, you're less stressed and you get more done rather than kind of being sidetracked looking at other people with their perceived success and not feeling like you're making it. The final one is exactly on that point, and it is stay in your lane. So when people, you can look on social media and people are bragging about their amazing beach holiday or the fantastic things they've bought or things they've done, and you can look at their life and think, wow, that looks amazing. But that's a very edited version of life. And actually, you think about your life. How do people perceive your life? And perception isn't reality. Perception is what people think it is, but actually your reality can be very different. So focus on you, focus on what matters to you, but don't get distracted by social media. If it's, offending you, upsetting you, or distracting you, then switch it off. Unfollow the people that you don't like on social media and just really stay in your lane so that you can do what you need to do, but not be distracted by the blah, 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 blah. If you've enjoyed this video, please stick around. We have lots of tips on building a business, on marketing, and also just feeling good. Thank you so much for watching. Bye, bye, bye.